The India-England series is hotting up to be an absolute beauty. The Australian West Indies is just looking as though it's going to be a whitewash. So we're going to concentrate on India-England first. Shubman Gill, captaincy, brilliant. He is leading from the front. He's cool, calm, collect, making the right decisions with his bowling changes. The other thing is, I like it when he's on the front foot. I want to be the leading run scorer of the series. He is. Now, you can go out there, put those big goals out in front of yourself, but you've still got to have the process. And I love what he's doing. He's just settling himself in with his innings. He's sizing up the bowlers. He's using timing, absolutely precision timing through all the gaps. But when England are trying to vary the plans and set him up with short pitch bowling, he wants to take it on. But he's giving himself a little bit of room to go over the point region. If they follow him, he's still taking it on, but still keeping in control of his shots. Good balance. So well done to Shubman Gill. And talking about process, Akash Deep coming in. Now, I was a little bit concerned about having Akash Deep in there. I thought that you could have gone with Arshdeep Singh, but Akash Deep is just that Glenn McGrath type bowler, hitting that good length, and when there's a little bit of movement there off that good length, he can cause some problems. And he's showing that right now. Just keeping it nice and simple, keeping the pressure on, supporting Siraj out the other end. He was just dynamite with the new ball. But when it came to the older ball as well, he was trying new things, not going off that good length line, but just trying new things with the ball, trying to get it to move. And then when there were cracks there, he was just trying to hit those cracks. Just target the cracks. And that's good precision bowling. That's repeat, 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 over and over again over the years, just making sure you control your areas. So well done to Akash Deep, and I think he's going to play a part for the rest of the series. He will be in that lineup. Boomer will come in, Siraj will stay, and Krishna will go out. I don't think Krishna will play another test match throughout the series. I think they will go with Arshdeep Singh moving forward, just with that left arm swing option. The other thing that I really loved about India too is that they knew that the pressure was going to be on in that last innings on the fifth day. People were saying that they declared a little bit too late, but they read it perfectly. Rain around, well, that would have caused a few nervous moments, but they just knew that the breakup of the wicket was going to suit their bowlers out the back end, especially Siraj, Akash Deep, and the way that Jadeja just hit the right areas, hitting the rough, putting the pressure on England was sensational. There's another point that I want to make with India, Siraj. Now, he's steaming in. It's Smith and Stokes out or in the middle. And he's got Smith on a bit of a knife's edge. He's on top of him. And Smith just drives it into the covers, and Washington Sundar misfields it and gives away an easy run. Siraj was fuming. The next couple of balls, Stokes got a couple of boundaries. Siraj had lost his control, and then he was taken off a couple of overs later. It wasn't too long for lunch, and they brought Sundar on. Sundar gets Stoke out with a beautiful drifting delivery that didn't turn. It just went straight on, out, plumb LBW, hitting the stumps. But one thing that I liked about it was Siraj going up and supporting Sundar after that. Now, you're in a team. You don't have to get on all the time. You are going to have your moments out there with frustration. Siraj showed that frustration to Sundar. He also showed it when he got hit for a couple of boundaries the following couple of balls after that. He was disappointed. But the thing is, he didn't let it upset him for the rest of that session. And it was only 15 minutes later that Sundar got the wicket. So well done to Siraj there. I'm quite liking England. Their bowlers have exceptionally been exceptional. I like Cass. I like Tongue with his extra pace there. I think Wokes might be the one missing out if Archer comes back, and if that happens, I think they are going to start to trouble that Indian middle order. So watch out for that little dynamic change if Archer comes in with that extra pace. Oh, it's just going to liven up this Test series beautifully. I think they do need to, they might need to look for another spinner. Bashar's just hanging in there, but he's got to find a way to control the Indian batsmen. They were trying to work him over. They're using their feet beautifully and just working him around the ground easily. So I think he's got to find that balance of the in and out field. India are a little bit of a different kettle of fish to bowl to than an Australian team, because they've been brought up on those spinning wickets, so it's easier for them to play spin when they go to England. So Bashar's got his work cut out. He's got to go into that tighter type bowling scenario like a Nathan Lyon, hold up one end, but when conditions suit, that's when he can go and attack. I like Brook. I think he's an exceptional batter, and I think we're very lucky in this particular series that we've got Brook and Gill batting out at the same time, and both of them in form, because they're just so good on the eye, just elegance all around the ground, shots all around the ground, and they like to take on the bowling, especially when they're on top of the bowlers. So Brook, he's going to have a big series moving forward. India have to find plans against him with the pace department, especially when that ball's getting soft, because he can take the game away, as well as Smith. Now, Smith in the back end here on the 5th day, he was looking to play against the spin out of the rough. He was trying to take the spin on. Look, you can sit there and go, he should have been defending more, try and get that draw. But with the wicket, the way that it was playing, you're always going to be a sitting duck. So the best way to defend in that scenario was put pressure back on the Indian bowlers and try and put them off that line on length. It didn't work. India had too many runs on the board. The conditions were deteriorating too much out the back end. England could not survive on that 5th day, whether they try to play for the draw or not. So well done to India, getting back in the Test series straight away in that second Test match, turning it around, and their first win at Birmingham too, or Edgbaston. Well done to you guys. So it just shows that you have a young leadership team. You lose that first Test match, question marks were always going to be over Gill, but he's just taken it on board to lead from the front. The Indian players are right behind him. You can see that joy out in the middle. They're smiling. One thing that they did improve from the first Test match to the second Test match, I know that they were in front of the game most of the time, but they seem to be in control of their emotions a lot more. So that's starting to build a good culture there in the Indian team when you see the teammates smiling. And as I said, with Siraj having a crack out Sundar and then turning around and celebrating with Sundar when he had a big moment where he put India in control, it just shows that they're in sync. So this is going to turn out to be an exceptional series moving forward. So much excitement, and I think Archer Boomerang maybe coming into the next Test match is really going to lift this series to a new level. Now, Australia versus the West Indies. Australia just way too good. No scores over 300 there, but the wickets over there are testing, and there's a few question marks over Constas and Green, both of them dragging on from outside off stump. Green got a 50 in the second innings yesterday for Australia. I think you've got to stick with him out 3, stick with Constas out 1. You've given them opportunities. Make sure you give them opportunities for the long haul, because Constas has shown that he can take the game on, but he's also adapting to try and play a different style of game, opening the batting out Test level. So give him a little bit of time. And Green, with his extra height there, yes, he might not have the technique right now, but you can see the frustration after he got that 50 and then got bowled playing it on. He's just leaning back a bit. He's going to turn things around, and I think once he just tightens up that technique a little bit, he is going to be okay there at number 3. And I think one thing that he's got to do is use his height and do what the England players are doing, is just trying to attack that good length a little bit more. Use that height, stay tall, and try and put the bowler off that line of length. And if he can do that, then it makes it easier for the batsmen around him. So just use that asset with a new ball coming on. Easy runs, just timing it through those cover regions. But again, Australia with their bowling attack, it's just the best bowling attack going around in world cricket at the present moment. They're always consistent, and their middle order, Steve Smith down to Carey out number 7, they've just got too much depth there in the middle orders for the West Indies to have any chance here whatsoever. So well done to Australia, well done to India. West Indies, hopefully you can fight back in the last test match and really give Australia a run for their money and really lighten things up over there. And England, Archer coming back, well, this is going to be a great story. But leaders around, I just want to ask you one question. The goals that you set, are you always focused on those goals? Or do you set the goals and then think about the process and just worry about the process, and whatever happens on the journey to that goal? How do you go about it? I'd like to know. Get your comments downstairs. Thanks guys for joining me, and I'll see you soon for another wrap for the test matches that are happening around the corner. Thanks guys. See you soon.